Hey there, everyone. Nice to see you. It is episode 23 of Project 2 of The Joy of Functional Game Dev. And here on the GitHub repo, we've got a release with a tag of v0.22, which is the end of episode 22, start of episode 23. No work done in between episodes yet again. And while we're still working on our storms, we've got a couple other little bits of refinement to do, and so we remember where we left off. We're going to run it and take a look at what all is going on here. And okay, we got the stats and got the ability to wander around looking for lightning bolts. And we'll find one. There's one. So one of the things you may notice is, okay, it's written right on top of here in a very sloppy manner. And so what I want to do is I want to enclose it in some I want to enclose it in a border. And fortunately, there are some very cool graphics already existing in the ASCII character set that we can use to build those, so we don't have to make anything. We don't have to modify any drawings. You don't have to watch me draw something. But so we got to kind of try to plan this out. So what we want. So what we have in our encounter details is we have a title, we have a number of messages, and then we have a number of responses. And it's not necessarily so great for us to have no spacing in between here. So I think we wind up with a border all the way around this, which means that I'm going to have to limit the length of things, because we want it to always be over here. Because I think that's what I want to do. I want to have it go all the way across, all the way on top, up across. It's okay that it's not in the middle, because I want to still be able to see my boat. So it's going to say it right here. That's going to draw my border, and then storm, and then a space, and then whatever the messages are, and then another space, and then whatever my options are. At least I think that's what I want to do. And I may, well, that's what we're going to go with at the moment. And we'll see how that works. So one of the things we're going to want, what we have to do is we have to build we have to capture, where's the, replace me with get boat. I'll have to do that too. All right. So let's go into the event handler where we have our encounter choice, and this doesn't draw it. I want the thing that draws it. Encounter handler? So rendering the PC encounter. So before we do anything else, and this is one of the things that I just absolutely hate. Okay, so I'm rendering the PC encounter. I need to know some things. So I need to know. I need a way to take a note too. Okay, close all those. Bring this right on over. We'll type it in here. And so we need these characters here. And we're only going to care about the corners and the sides. So here is, call it north-south. And I need east-west. And I need northeast. And those are the directions that it goes in. I need southeast. I need southwest and northwest. So north-south is this one here, and that's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B. B, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A. B, A. We know then that one is south and west, so that's BB. This one is north and west, or BC. And then we have to go all the way. None of the rest of them are the one. Okay, so this is A, B, and C. And this one is on the next line, and the next one over, so that's CD for east-west. And the other corners, this is A, and that's, so C9 is south and east, 9, and then C8 is north and east. This, of course, doesn't say which corner it is, because really at the northwest corner we want something that goes south and east. But this is enough notes for me to be able to render a border. And I'm going to put that in render cell. We're going to comment it out because it's not going to make a lick of sense. But at least now we've got some values. And we could do it in a couple of, so one of the things I need to do here, so draw text. Do I want to say draw text or do I want to say write text? It's not really drawing. I'm actually going to rename this to write text. And that should be cool. Everybody's going to change, whoever uses it. I now also want to let internal clear rectangle, and I don't exactly have a cell location, so I don't really have one. So what did I do for? I thought for sure I did something that made something kind of like a rectangle. Well, we'll call it a location. So location and a size, which is also cell location. And a foreground, background, and foreground, background character, which is a byte, and a render grid, and then it's the rest of this. All right. So we know how did I make these things before? I need to we're gonna location dot column divided by int cell. You have to pardon me, I got some bad junk going on in the lungular area there. To the location plus size dot column over int cell minus 1. And that's going to tell me, well, hey, that's a list of parenthesize these things. But so, all right. What is A? So column, dot, dot, there, and we're going to sequence dot map. Fun, no, not map, dot fold. Fun. We'll do it the right way, won't we? This be great. All right. Render grid. Render grid, comma. Fun, and this is, okay, so fun grid, call it outer grid, and column. This is just silly. All this stuff right here. Changing it to the cells and then changing it back to the cells. How's about let cell sequence start, which is an int cell, and length, which is an int cell. Goal, seek, int cell. Everything's gonna be cool with that. Nope, not equal that. Returns that. That. So I want to take start over one. I'm doing this wrong anyway, aren't I? One cell. Two. And that's what I'm doing wrong. So really what I want to do here is cell sequence location column size column. Start plus length is 1. Minus 1 cell. Oh no, can't I? Can I do it with just this? Can I do this? I don't think I can. Will this work? No. So that's the goofiness. So divide that by that, divide that by that, and do that. Put some parentheses around it. So I just want to hide all this crap from it. So now, so that's a list. And sadly, I want to sequence map fun, just call it value, v times 1 cell. So the thing is, I have to get rid of the cell. What is length? This thing is bugging out because parentheses and because spacing. I'm not idiomatic. Sue me. So then cell sequence will give me exactly what I want. And you know what? While I'm at it, gonna make it a tuple. And that's what I'm gonna do. So, and then the column is an int cell. So, great. And that's going to be my function, and it's going to return outer grid. But not really. It's going to return. Okay, minor interruption. A young lady needed her tablet, her Kindle Fire Kids tablet cleared out of extra games. But that's okay. Because that's what dads fix things anymore. We sometimes glue things together. We sometimes clear tablets, clear out tablet memory, and mostly we just put batteries in things, and that's okay. Location row and size row. I want to take this here, and I want to send that into a sequence.fold. Fun inner grid row, inner grid. So we take our render grid and we send it through the cell sequence, which then sends it through the rows and inner grid. Do I have a function that's really inner grid is just a. So really we have this. We can make the cell. So let render cell equal character foreground background equals ground. We don't use colons, we use equal. We always forget that. So there's render cell, and then inner grid map dot add, and we need the cell location and render cell. Column equals column, row equals row. And yes, sir, that's how you clear a rectangle out with nested folds. Perfectly clear, right? And let's test it out as we're rendering counter handler, render PC encounter. We've got G. We're writing the text. So we want to put yeah, that's awful. So this is an absolute mess is what this is. So I want the render grid. So let bordered, let prepared grid equal render grid. We're going to do something to it. Now we're going to take the prepared grid and do that. And so what I want to do here is we're just going to test out the clear rectangle function. I'm going to clear the rectangle. That's where, and so column equals 0 cell, row equals 0 cell. We're going to give it 30 cells in width and 10 cells in height. And we have a render cell color dot. Doesn't really matter because it's going to both be black. And 0x20. So clear rectangle. What's the problem? And that's in render cell. Do I not have render? I do render cell. Oh, it may not be aware that I have render cell because I haven't built it. So that's my what we got for error list here. Expression was expected to have type, of course, UI. Learned so much about literals in this project. So that's valuable, I think. Okay. And let's find a grid. Let's find grid. Let's find a lightning bolt. Come on, lightning bolt. There we are. And hey, that's pretty cool. Okay, neat. Okay. I'm gonna say it's always 30, 30, 10. I don't know if I want. So I need to have something that gives me the height plus border. Actually, hold on. This is, I want this done at one cell, and it's really 28 cell, 20, and 8 cell. Although I want to know. So where do you live? So I'm gonna give a function that says let get encounter detail line count equals, and it's going to be encounter detail, and this is going to give me an int of cells. Okay, and we're going to return so if there's no message, so there's always a title. So title message okay, so definitely 1. Start with 1 cell. We're gonna do. It's gonna be weird. It is gonna be weird, and that's okay. And we're gonna add. So if message dot with details dot message dot length is greater than 0, then we need a blank space. The details message dot length plus 1 else 0. There's that. What's the problem here? Oh, one cell. Well, 0 cell. Times 1 cell. Okay, so there's 1 for the title. The title is always there. If there's messages, then there is a blank line after the title and then the messages. And the same thing. And this one's going to be choices. Zero cell, so that will give me. I could just do this. Don't need to get fancy. So 1 cell plus that plus that. So that's the get encounter detail line count. Call it rows. Okay. So get encounter detail rows. And we'll check that that works right. It's going to be get encounter detail rows for the details. You're going to work. Okay. Super great. Let's see it work. You're going to work. Here we are. No. What did I do? Oh, no, that's not right at all. So there's the storm, blank line, 1, 2, blank line. Okay. So it's right. I'm just not doing this right. So it's row 1. Right, and 2 cell. Really just gonna. This isn't quite right. So 1. And P is the cell location. And P with row equal P dot row plus 1 cell. Yeah, this isn't quite right. Yes, I know. Don't. Stop yelling. Okay, find the lightning bolt. So I'm going to tell GameJolt that I used their lightning bolt. Don't tell them. Almost. Very close. I need 1 more. Alright. What happened here? 1 cell. So it needs 1 cell and 2 cell. Oh, it needs to be 3. Alright. This is complete hackery. But what else? What else can you do, really? Oh, how nice. How convenient. Perfect, of course. That is exactly what we don't want. And in doing this, do I even really need... Yes, I do need it. So let's rewrite it in a way. I don't have to say and. You run into a storm. It has damaged your boat. Where is it? Run into a storm. Semicolon. It has damaged your boat. Check it one more time, and this is already a lot better off. And maybe we won't do the border because I'm looking at it, and it's not too bad, as is. All right. Okay, and here we go. Storm. You run into a storm, it has damaged your boat. I can leave it like this, or I can put an extra bit to it. I could just put an extra little thing line around it. I could do that. So we're going to go with 0, 0, 30 cell plus 2 cell plus. Let's try one more time. I think we're going to actually be satisfied with this for now. So it's going to give us all that cool stuff. Come on. Lightning bolt. Oh, there we are. Storm. You run into a storm. It has damaged your boat. So yeah, that looks pretty cool. That I could do a lot worse. I was already doing worse. This is all right. And it will have all that stuff. Okay. And boom. For our next trick, we want to actually make the storm. I want to make the storm move. Probably. And I'm going to put in here definitely. Like not abandoning, just procrastinating. Or maybe I'll do it in between. Well, no, this one's an interesting piece of code to do. But so, all right. Well, I did have a to-do, didn't I? I had a to-do that said, where are you? Replace me with getboat. So let's find all references. Not that many spots. And where is getboat? I can't getboat, can I? Update visible things, because I can't. Where's getboat? Goes here in game state. But I can't update visible flags. I can't use getboat and update visible flags unless it comes into game state. And I may need to go ahead and do that. As a matter of fact, I probably do. That's going over here so that I can make it use getboat. Okay, we are burning the ships. Alright, burn those ships, boats, whatever, and make it rain errors. So, I have a state, so state get boat. Okay. boat. Get boat returns a current, so it's current turn, boat properties. Boat properties. So I've got the player location, so I don't need I don't have to match the player location on anything. This is going to take some doing, I guess. So I could just use it here. What I don't need is update actors. It's just current turn. Okay, so let's vote with. I do actually need boat. I really do need. I have no use for current turn or boat properties. Because boat.current turn, I have to get the boat out. I gotta get the boat out. So, not a great gain. It is something of a gain. And sorry, so, nothing. Let's play state, get boat. Okay, play location. It's actually, ooh. Say the update visible flags. Okay, so state, get vote. Nothing. So I don't need to do this match. So, okay, so my visibility template. So let me look at this again. So that's the player location, and this is going to, so I've got location. But player location. Let's just call it location. That way we're cool. And it's the visibility template, and we're gonna go one of these. So it's state.map, map grid, and the visibility template. That's what I'm going to loop through, and that's what I'm going to send through it. And that's the fold as God intended it. This one is map create. What in the world? How can I do this? Create world. So updating the visible flags. Yuck. Alright. So game state has to exist before map create. which smells wrong. It does. So, but I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna explore this and make it work, and we'll figure it out. Build it. The visible flag is not defined. It's in game state. I probably don't have game state here because I didn't need game state here. Okay. Build again. We're down to one guy. So, what just happened? Where am I? I'm in game state. But didn't I just change that? What has happened? Have I gone insane? Oh, no, I didn't. That's very interesting. So, what has failed here? So, what happened is, I didn't save things, and F-sharp power tools completely clobbered what I was doing. I'm not going to blame it. So, state. And we'll redo the changes. Get boat. So let's just call you location. I think pretty quick after I'm done with this, I'm going to have to go and give my voice a rest. And also, I'm imagining you're not having a whole lot of fun listening to me cough and hack the whole time. But yeah, wow, okay. So, make sure everything's saved prior to trying to move things into folders. This expression was expected to have something. See, and this is... No, see, this works out. Because, alright, so state did map grid is state that. And that works. Okay. Plus. Well, no, so map grid is play state. Get rid of the updated actors. Actors, okay. Alright. Actors map. Oi. So actors. It's going to throw the... Do I have... Eek, I can't even do it here. Alright, I cannot update the visible flag when I'm making the play state. And I think... What does this even return? This returns... Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm very confused by my code. Wait a second, that goes back to there. So I take actors and map and I send them into set Can I do this? I can do this. No, sure can't. We'll just return actor's map. I will then need... I then don't have to do this anymore. I don't have to update the visible flag anymore. Okay, this makes more sense now. Where are my references to this? Creating the world. Initial actor, initial map. Render grid. Okay. So I got this. Alright. Pull that out. Let state equal that. That would work, but I also want state with map grid equals state update visible flags. Take visible flags, and I need my set visible func. Where's my set visible func? And that's my set visible func. Is that right? Set visible wrap. And give me that. And now actually map create no longer depends on game state, but I am actually afraid of moving game state back out. Make sure everything is saved, and let's see. So, yeah, not the brightest tools in the world. Or is it Visual Studio? I never really know. Visual Studio does some weird stuff too. But now it makes more sense. And am I still working? I do still work. Can I? You know what the goofy thing about stuff like this is? I've got a whole lot of events to do, and spending hour upon hour on the first one getting it right. It just takes forever. But that's okay, because then once all that's right, then the other ones just start boom, boom, boom right in place. One of the other things I need to do is, I may need to make an island an actual object to interact with, and I may decide that I'm going to have to do that. And that's okay, because really when I go on them, I want to interact with them in a similar way. I think that's one of the things I'm going to need to do. But for right now, my chest is rattling past all reason, and I'm just going to cough more and hurt myself more if I keep going. As much as I'd like to continue and do some more, you gotta take care of stuff, right? So thanks so much for coming on this journey with me, and as always, keep that joy of functional game dev in your heart, and we'll see you next time.